So in last class, we discussed up to reaction with alkalis. So that reaction is very important. Again I will repeat. Dichromate, because previous example dichromate to chromate are interconverted, but you should remember the medium. So in basic medium, dichromate converting into chromate. In acidic medium, chromate converting into dichromate. So up to that we explained. Next, very important properties. Oxidizing properties. I think property number 6. Oxidizing properties. Most important. Right running notes. Oxidizing properties. Very important. Put please class. Oxidizing properties. Very on right down. Acidified potassium dichromate. Acidified potassium dichromate act as acidified potassium dichromate act as powerful acidified potassium dichromate act as powerful oxidizing agent. Powerful oxidizing agent because it provides nascent oxygens. It provides nascent NaSCNT. It provides nascent oxygens. It provides nascent oxygens which required for oxidation. It provides nascent oxygens which required for oxidation. So very important for objective exam. Complete memory based. Just like mathematics, if you are not practicing the reactions, you are not able to remember for objective exam. So acidified potassium dichromate act as oxidizing agent. Why? Means it provides nascent oxygens. Write this reaction. Write running notes. K2Cr2O7 plus H2SO4. This is acidified potassium dichromate. This is acidified potassium dichromate act as oxidizing agent. So when it reacts with H2SO4, here what forms is K2SO4 plus Cr2SO4 thrice. It is a green color compound plus H and O H2O plus nascent oxygens provides. So this acidified potassium dichromate provides nascent oxygen. Nascent oxygens are nothing but just born oxygens or baby oxygens. Nascent oxygens means just born oxygens. Just born oxygens. They are highly reactive. The nascent oxygen involved in the reaction. For example, to a reactant X, if you are adding acidified potassium dichromate, then what happens? Just 1 minute. This acidified potassium dichromate provides nascent oxygen. The nascent oxygen is highly reactive. It combines with X to form a product P. Indirectly, addition of oxygen taking place. Addition of oxygen is nothing but oxidation. Therefore, this acidified potassium dichromate acts as oxidizing agent. Very important. Anyhow, this reaction not required. Just here you should remember the reason. Why acidified potassium dichromate acts as oxidizing agent means it provides nascent oxygen which is used for the oxidation process. Otherwise, instead of remembering this molecular equation, a simple ionic equation you should remember. This is molecular equation. If these two potassiums, if we are removing, here minus 2 will come. In any compound, first part positive part, second part negative part. Therefore, Cr2O7 minus 2 plus H2SO4 is equating H plus gives rise to 2Cr plus 3 plus 7 H2O. 2Cr plus 3 plus 7 H2O. For balancing purpose here I am taking 6 moles of electrons. So according to this also it acts as a oxidizing agent. Why means here chromium oxidation state plus 6. According to this also 2x minus 14 equal to minus 2, x equal to plus 6. Here chromium plus 3. Here plus 6 becomes plus 3. Therefore itself undergo reduction. In first year we studied if oxidation number decreases, that is called reduction. In first year, in Reynolds reaction, we studied the definition of oxidizing agent. So the name itself gives the answer. Oxidizing agent means the reagent which oxidizes others itself undergo reduction. Therefore, according to this ionic form also, itself undergo reduction. Itself undergo reduction means it acts as oxidizing agent. So this also you have to write down either this or this. Now, after that, oxidizing properties will come. In all the oxidizing properties, these are the common byproducts. Cr plus NH2 are the common byproducts. Next, first property you want to write down. It oxidizes. It means acidified potassium dichromate. Right? Firstly, it oxidizes ferrous salts to ferric salts. It oxidizes. First one. It oxidizes ferrous salts to ferric salts. It oxidizes ferrous salts to ferric salts. Now, this is the first equation which I will discuss after I will give time. First of all, you should remember that acidified potassium dichromate oxidizes ferrous salts to ferric salts. Ferric salts means Fe plus 3. How they will answer the objective questions after I will discuss. So, ionic form we are writing Cr2O7 minus 2 plus H plus. Instead of molecular form, ionic form we have to write down because ionic reactions are fast reactions. Again, ionic reactions we can easily balance. This is acidified potassium dichromate. This acidified potassium dichromate oxidizes ferrous salts to ferric salts. This is ferrous. Fe plus 3 means ferric. Otherwise, ferrous sulfate to ferric sulfate. Ferrous salt to ferric sulfate. This is the main product. So first of all, you should remember that reagent and main product, ferrous to ferric. Next, common byproducts what means? It is a reducing agent. Therefore, your Cr plus itself undergo reduction. Plus, whenever H&O is there, H2O. Hence, in all the oxidizing properties of dichromate, these are the common byproducts that you should remember. Ferrous to ferric, these are the common byproducts. Now, based on the balancing equation, they are asking questions in objective exam. Here, how can you balance the equation? Is here dichromate oxidation number plus 6 because chromium we don't know 2x. In first year we practice each oxygen minus 2, 7 oxygens are there, minus 14 equal to charge minus 2. Therefore, x equal to what? Plus 6. Here with the help of n factor we can balance the equation. So what is meant by n factor means in first year we studied n factor is nothing but valency factor. N factor is nothing but what? Valency factor. So what is meant by n factor means total change in oxidation number. N factor is nothing but total change in oxidation number. Total change in oxidation number means the name itself gives the answer. Change in oxidation number into number of atoms undergoes that change. Number of atoms undergoes that change. That is total change in oxidation number. Change in oxidation number into number of atoms undergoes that change. Here chromium plus 6, here chromium plus 3. Change is what? 3. Change means higher minus lower. Change means higher minus lower. 6 and 3. Chromium we can compare. Same atoms you have to compare. Here don't compare left hand side chromium, right hand side iron. Don't compare like that. Both sides same atoms we can compare. Change is 3 into how many atoms undergoes the change? How many chromiums? 2 chromiums. Left hand side atoms only we can check. 2 chromiums undergoes the change. 3 into 2 what? 6. Otherwise, in all the oxidizing properties of dichromate, n factor of dichromate is 6. That you should remember. For dichromate, n factor fixed as 6. Secondary liquor 6. Whenever dichromate is there, n factor what? 6. Because 3 into 2, that is equal to 6. Next, iron. With respect to iron, n factor is 1. Because this side 2, this side 3. N factor is 1. So again I am repeating. Next equation on what? Below the dichromate directly I will write 6. Here ferrous to ferric, difference what? 1. Immediately cross multiplication. 1 Cr2O7 minus 2 plus H plus 6 Fe plus 2 gives rise to Fe plus 3 plus Cr plus 3 plus H2. Now according to first year, here we can balance. First of all, left hand side atoms. With the help of left hand side species, right hand side we can balance 2 chromiums. Here also 2 chromiums. First other atoms we can balance. Next to oxygens, lastly hydrogens. In first year we practiced. First other atoms sequence, then oxygens, lastly hydrogens. Here others means iron, 6 iron, 6. Then oxygens, 7 oxygens. Here 7. Hydrogen 7 into 2 14. Therefore here 14. First write this one equation. How they will ask questions after I will dictate. After completion of this, just you have to write down note n factor or valency factor for KMM4 also we are applying this technique equal to total change in oxidation number. Total change in oxidation number. Total change is nothing but change in oxidation number into number of atoms undergoes that change. Change in oxidation number into the name itself is the answer. Number of atoms undergoes that change. Change in oxidation state into number of atoms undergoes that change. How they will ask the questions? Please don't write after completion of 4 oxidizing properties I will dictate. The number of moles of, don't write the number of moles of dichromate, the number of moles of dichromate reduced by 1 mole of ferrous salts. So like this in objective exam they are asking questions. How many moles of dichromate reduced by 1 mole of ferrous salts in acidic medium? Directly we are not able to identify. Previous objective exam questions. First we have to write the balanced equation. Here competition between these two, dichromate versus ferrous sulfate in the presence of acidic medium. Now product, if you are remembering it is easy. Otherwise directly you should remember. If you are not remembering the products also no problem. But n factor enough. Dichromate n factor fixed as 6. Ferrous sulfate n factor 1. Whenever ferrous is there, n factor 1. Here there is no need to write products because here they are asking competition between these two. Immediately cross multiplication. Here products. Immediately cross multiplication. 1 dichromate and 6 Fe plus 2. Cross multiplication. 1 comes here, 6 comes here. Therefore, 1 dichromate to 6 Fe plus 2. Now, according to balanced equation, 1 dichromate ion requires 6 Fe plus 2. But here how many moles of Fe plus 2? 1 mole. So for 1 mole of Fe plus 2, how many required? Therefore cross multiplication. 1 into 1 by 6. Therefore 1 by 6 mole of dichromate. Previous objective exam question. So if you are remembering the m factor, previous exam question it is, you are able to identify the exact answer. There is no need to remembering the exact products. So at least n factor if you are remembering it is easy. Next, second onwards, write learning notes. It oxidizes. It oxidizes. It means acidified product dichromate. It oxidizes stannous salts to stannic salts. Stannous salts within the bracket Sn plus 2. Stannous means Sn plus 2. Stannous salts to stannic salts. STANNIC. Stannic salts. Within the bracket of write down Sn plus 4. Write equation, write running notes. Cr2O7 minus 2. Acidified product dichromate. H plus. Not sleeping na? Now stannous means Sn plus 2. First product. My advice is first you should remember like this way. After completion of the reactions, all you have laid at one place. Potassium dichromate oxidizes ferrous to ferric. Stannous to stannic. Then it is easy. Stannous to stannic. Next, iodide to iodine. Four properties are there. Sulfide to sulfur. These are the four properties given in textbook. First you should remember this box, then easy. Ferrous to ferric, stannous to stannic, iodide to iodine, sulfide to sulfur. Now stannous to stannic, Sn plus 4. In all the oxidizing properties, common byproducts are Cr plus 3 and H2. Because it is the oxidizing agent, itself undergo reduction. Cr plus 3 and one more product H2. Whenever H undergoes H2. Directly I am writing dichromate N factor 6 as 6. Here dichromate is always 6. Here difference what? 2. Here a small point you should remember 6 and 2. Here there is a possibility for taking common factor. Whenever there is a possibility for common factor, immediately take common factor. 2 is the common factor. After taking common factor, we can cross multiply. If you are not taking common factor also, no problem. Therefore, 1 Cr2O7 minus 2 plus H plus 3 Sn plus 2 gives rise to Sn plus 4 plus Cr plus 3 plus H2. Same logic. First others, next to oxygen, lastly hydrogen. First year we have like this. First others, next to brothers. First other elements, next to brothers. Brothers means oxygen and hydrogen. Big brother oxygen, small brother, छोटा brother hydrogen. First to others, amine brothers. First others, chromium. 2 chromiums are there. This side 1 chromium. Multiplied by 2. Next 3 Sn are there. This side 3. Next oxygen 7 into 2 14. Right fastly. So complete memory based. First of all, like that if you are remembering it is easy. Ferrous to ferric, stannous to stannic, iodide to iodine, sulfide to sulfur. Then it is easy. So if you are having a grip on synopsis, if you are remembering objective exam is easy. This year, if it is not easy, means 2 students this year in NEET history, 720 out of 720 they got. 2 students. They are not studied in corporate college, private coaching center. Just KV students, Kendriya Vidyalaya students, government college students. Evening they went for coaching. One Odisha girl and one more Delhi student. 720 out of 720. Rajasthan, Kota. 720. So synopsis, number of times you should remember, you should recall number of times whenever you are free, these reactions are what topics, then only you will remember. It is complete memory based. Biology also complete theory, memory based. Next. Third, it oxidizes. This year 720 out of 720 is the first time in history NEET exam. They started in 2013. In the past 7 years, nobody got out. In final NEET, not in college exams like that. That means one silly, even though negative marks there, one silly mistake also they didn't do that mistake. So everything is possible, nothing is impossible. So if you are hard, because they are not studied in corporate college, they are not studied in the private college, they are not studied in a famous coaching center. KV students, KV means government CBSE schools. Plus evening they went for the tuitions. Next, it oxidizes. For them up to 10:30, 11:30 study hours not there. For them teachers up to round the clock not there. Because their interest like that. So nothing is achieved without enthusiasm. They are strongly decided. They are burning desire like that. I want to get top marks in the NEET. I want to become a doctor. I want to become the doctor in the society like that. Strong burning desire. Next, third one. It oxidizes. It oxidizes iodide to iodide within the bracket I minus iodide to iodine. It oxidizes iodide to iodine within the bracket I2. It oxidizes iodide to iodine. Same reaction we have write down. In case of Sn plus we have write down iodide to iodine. Write running notes. Iodide to iodine I2. N factor, dichromate fixed as 6. Here N factor for iodine, here -1, here 0. Now n factor means total change in oxidation number. Change means always higher minus lower. Some students they are doing like this -1 plus 0 -1 they are doing wrong. Change means higher minus lower. Higher is 0, minus of -1 lower 1 into, don't see the product side iodines, reactant side iodines you can see 1 only. Some students in everybody here 2 iodines are there, they are multiplied by 2 wrong. How many atoms undergoes the change means reactants atoms only undergoes the change. Don't see the product atoms. Immediately cross multiplication. 1 Cr2O7 minus 2 plus H plus 6I minus gives rise to I2 plus Cr plus 3 plus H2. 2 chromiums 2. Next 6 iodines, already here 2 iodines are there, multiplied by 3. 7, 7, 14, 14. 14 hydrogens, 14 hydrogens. Last. Finish it up? Complete up? Last, fourth one. It oxidizes sulfide, SuLPHAD, sulfide or hydrogen sulfide. Sulfide or hydrogen sulfide. Within the bracket you have to write down S minus 2. Hydrogen sulfide formula H2S. If you are removing these 2 hydrogen it becomes S minus 2. Within the bracket S minus 2. TO2 sulfur. TO2 sulfur. Therefore here sulfide to all similar equations, sulfide to sulfur. So sulfur is yellow color compound. Common byproducts Cr plus 3 and H2. Dichromate fixed 6. Here anybody here elemental form uncombined state is 0. In fact what here 2, very good 2. Higher minus where some student in everybody minus 2 they are writing. Coefficient should not be negative. Coefficient always positive. 2. 0 minus of minus 2 2. Here there is a possibility of common factor. Therefore 1 Cr2O7 minus 2 plus H plus 3S minus 2 gives rise to S plus Cr plus 3 plus H2. S plus Cr plus 3 plus H2. Now here how many chromiums? 2 chromiums multiplied by 2. How many oxygens? 7. So multiplied by 7. 7 into 2 14. Therefore multiplied by 14. Equation balance. 3 sulfurs multiplied by 3. Finish now? Complete now? So this is about oxidizing properties. So we already wrote this one on tabular form. Those didn't write, otherwise for understanding purpose, down you have write down node, ferrous to ferric, stannous to stannic, iodide to iodine, sulfide to sulfur. How they are asking objective questions? One question you have write down. Anyhow, the material questions are there. The number of moles of dichromate. The number of moles of dichromate reduced by 1 mole of stannous chloride. The number of moles of dichromate reduced by 1 mole of stannous chloride are dash. Like this they are asking objective questions. Directly we are not able to identify. First balancing equation. So just 1 minute. So stannous chloride is Sn plus 2. Stannous chloride is there. As means lower oxidation state. Sn plus 2. Just 1 minute. Don't write how we have to check in objective exam. Dichromate to stannous chloride, acidic medium. Otherwise leave it. Acidic medium. Now, just 1 minute. Dichromate in fact what? 6. Stannous in fact what? Stannous to stannic. Stan H2 stan E2. Byproducts Cr plus 3 plus H2O. N factor what? 2. Therefore here common factor 1 and 3. Products not required. Products side there is no need to show the balancing equation because they are asking relation between these two. Reactant side relation they are asking, hence for us product side balancing is not required. Here balancing equation not required. Reactant side balancing enough. Therefore 1 dichromate and 3 moles of stannous chloride. Otherwise I will write plus H plus products not required anyhow. Now according to balanced equation, one mole of dichromate reduced by how many moles of stannous chloride? 3 moles. 1 mole of dichromate reduced by 3 moles of stannous chloride. According to given data, 1 mole of stannous chloride they given. This is according to given data. This type of question they are asking in objective exam. So while doing this type of problems, first of all you can go through balancing equation. According to balancing equation, for 1 mole of dichromate, 3 moles of stannous chloride. Here 1 mole of stannous chloride, how many moles of dichromate? Cross multiplication. 1 into 1 by 3 that equal to 1 by 3 mole of dichromate. 1 by 3 mole of dichromate. Previous examples it is. Previous 3 examples it is. 1 by 3 mole of dichromate. This year, don't write. In case in 2020, this year, for your seniors, just now they asked one question. See the balancing equation. What they ask is products moles they ask them. Acidified dichromate oxidizes iodide to iodine. The number of moles of iodine liberated are dash. Product moles they are asking. How many?
3 moles.
Very good student. 3 moles. Correct. This year, recent 5 months back they asked. Very important for object exam. What they ask is acidified potassium dichromate oxidizes iodide ion to iodine. Iodide to iodine. Previously we wrote the number of moles of iodine I2 liberated are dash. How many? 3. Directly we are not able to identify. We can go through n factor. Understood or not? Very important. This year also they asked just 5 months back. So this is about oxidizing properties. Next. Property number 7. Chromite chloride test. Anyhow, it is not in textbook, but you have to write down. Property number 7. Chromite chloride test. Chromite chloride test. Chromite chloride test. There you have to write down. It is the confirmation test for. It is the confirmation test for chloride radicals. It is the confirmation test for chloride radicals. In first year chemistry laboratory, confirmation test for chloride radical we did. That by adding silver nitrate we did the confirmation test. Like that it is also one confirmation test. But in laboratory this test we are not using because in this test orange red fumes are evolved. So it is dangerous to health. That's why in lab we are not conducting this test. Instead of this test AgNO3 solution we are adding Caridi white precipitate is formed, then chloride is confirmed. Actually it is also one of the confirmation test, but we are not using in lab because a poisonous fumes are liberated. Chromite chloride test. There you can write down to the chloride salts, when acidified potassium dichromate is added, a orange red fumes of chromyl chloride evolved. Orange red fumes of chromyl chloride evolved. which confirms the presence of chloride radical, within the bracket you have to write down Cl minus, which confirms the presence of chloride radical Cl minus. See here, write the reaction. K2Cr2O7 plus H2SO4 plus KCl gives rise to CrO2Cl2. It is a chromyl chloride. Orange red fumes plus KHSO4 plus H2. See here, when chromyl chloride fumes are liberated, means in the given salt which is present, chlorine is present. If chromyl chloride fumes are not liberated, the chlorine is not liberated, means in the given salt also chlorine is not there. Right now. Otherwise 2 chromiums multiplied by 2. 2 into 2, 4 chlorines, 4. 4 plus 2, 6.